Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. Happy New Year to you. Welcome to your reading for 2024. We're going to kind of look at like some energy signatures for you to really be paying attention to this year. Get some overall messaging from Spirit and how to use it. You have the planet Venus to be paying attention to and where her transits are. So Venus is, uh, she is about being open and receiving. She is the planet of love. So this year, when there's so much chaos and turmoil going on, you have Mars. You have Mars doing a retrograde in your sign this year and into next year. And so he's going to spend 4 months. He does not like to be in Cancer. Venus does, but he doesn't. And so tap in your Venus energies to help you to balance out that energy when it goes through there is going to be a thing. You also need to pay attention to what's going on in Gemini, which is fun because we have Jupiter in Gemini this year. And so Jupiter is exalted, loves to be in Cancer. And so these are the two benefics. They're the ones that bring the positive and good vibes to the zodiac, and so paying attention to those two things. Also paying attention to when planets transit through Gemini. Gemini energy is a lot about information. And there's this year with Jupiter in Gemini, there's going to be an expansion of energy, of information. Some of it'll be misinformation, some of it'll be disinformation, and some of it'll be truthful information, and it's going to be up to you to do research. Gemini doesn't really like to get into the weeds and into the details, but I do recommend that you do so. And then we have the 4th house of home, so your home base energy showing up here as something to pay attention to. And again, I do think it is that Mars in Cancer energy that is going to be the big deal that wraps up this year and creates something for you. We also have the North and the South node that are squaring your sign this year. North node in Aries, South node in Libra. And so the energy at a square is always like kind of like a wishbone when you pull it apart. It's kind of got this energy of explosive energy to make a change, right? To go in one direction over another. And so those eclipses, pay attention to the eclipse season. So we have an eclipse on the 25th of March. That's a full moon in Libra. We have on April 8th a new moon total solar eclipse happening that runs across the United States on April 8th, and that's in Aries. Then we get a Pisces full moon on September 17th. And so this is because the nodes are getting ready to shift again, so we're starting to pick up from that energy. And then we have a new moon solar eclipse in Libra on October 7th. 2nd, which is conjunct Mercury, and Mercury rules Gemini, and so again about the communication. Mercury about the communication, because communication is going to be a thing this year, does 4 retrogrades, and mostly in fiery signs, and so they will be either opposing or trining the energy of Gemini this year. And so again, there's lots of information, a big flow of information. And so this 4th house of what feels like home, this is creating your own sense of safety and security and creating around this energy of beauty and love from Venus. And also self-value, self-worth, and self-esteem comes into play here. So I forgot what I was looking for. Oh, Mars. I think I wrote in here. So yeah, Mars goes into shadow. Mars goes into shadow. I want to say right around that eclipse in October. Yes. Yep. Right around the time of the eclipse in October. I think it looks like about the 7th or the 8th he goes into shadow, and that eclipse is on the 2nd. So that energy is going to really be pushing it. So he is going to retrograde from 6 degrees of Leo to 16 degrees of Cancer. And so it is going to be well into, spends 4 months. So it'll be at least January, maybe as far as March. I haven't really looked to see when he comes out of shadow. When he clears his shadow, I think it'll be March. of 2025. And so you get this nice, long, enjoying time with Mars. And so tapping the Venus to keep yourself in balance, right? Cancer is about the yin and the yang. That the little sign, right? That's the yin and the yang. Finding that balance and stabilizing that emotional energy is going to be a thing. So these read like little sentences. So let's get into what the messages are. We have the attraction of information to explain what makes you feel secure. And so this is about being open to receiving the information and the guidance you need this year to help you feel safe and secure. And so again, there's going to be some weeding through. You're going to have to use your intuition to really feel your way through the information. There's going to be a lot of it about what it is that you need that helps to increase your sense of security. We have pleasure from communications about support. And so this tells me that what you need will come to you. So you really pay attention. I think you're going to get a lot more communication this year. From places that you haven't received communication from in a while that feels like home. And so it almost feels like a reconnection with people from your past, but this feels like good connections, okay? To be honest, it doesn't feel negative. And so, X is coming back. I don't want you to worry about that. These are people from your past or people in your community that feels like home that support you. Okay, we have good times resulting from the fluctuations of your home base or family. Some of you may be moving. You may be moving back home, or you may be moving to a place that really feels like home. So do be prepared to make some moves like that. We're coming out of 2023, which is a 7-year, where you were supposed to be working to that chariot energy, right, of aligning your actions with your intentions. And this year is about the mastery of that energy, about how to really drill down and to really hone your skills. So you have cherish what you want to be known as you did in the past. Cherish what you want to be known as you did in the past. It feels like a recognition for things that you've already accomplished coming forward this year. Something, and so when people recognize you for good deeds that maybe you did, or things that because you're so nurturing, things, the appropriate response is thank you. Like cherish it, accept it, receive the compliments with gratitude. Okay, we have enjoy what is believed about your home base or your family. Make home your happy place, wherever that is, wherever you choose to create your home. You know, even if you're in a one-room efficiency in the middle of a noisy, loud, dirty city, it doesn't mean you can't keep it clean and orderly and grow some herbs in the window, right? So it is up to you to make home feel wonderful, right? Do things that make it feel wonderful. We have charm, art, and beauty are the way to use the quickest way to do what makes you feel secure. And this is about please and thank you and showing gratitude and asking with grace for what it is you want and accepting and receiving with grace what it is that you receive. This is about being graceful and not aggressive. Mars in your sign is going to be very challenging. Mars does not like to be in Cancer. And when he is in Cancer, people can get hurt very easily. People can get angry very. I don't like this terminology, but this would be a time when it might be appropriate. So I have a lot of Cancer placements, and I have Sun, Moon, North Node, not Moon, Sun, Mercury, North Node, and Venus. I have a lot going on in Cancer, And my mom would say, oh, you're so over emotional. Well, that isn't true. She just doesn't like my emotions. That being said, Mars in Cancer is going to feel like a lot of emotions. It feels like if you were to look in the 3D world at it, it will be like tsunamis. It will be major hurricanes. It'll be lots and lots of rain. And so if you allow that to happen in your life, that can become an issue, right? And so this year, how do you ground that? You use the energy of Venus. She rules Taurus. She also rules Libra, which is about creating balance and being grounded. And Earth contains water. And so the more grounded you are, the more you find balance for yourself. The easier this will go for you, but I also feel like it brings in exactly what it is that you need, right? There's a need to be very practical. This is a year where you being practical. Venus energy is very practical. She's practical about you need to give and take in a relationship balance. And she's very practical in Venus, in Taurus, about manifest and create what you want by having a vision. And the vision should be beautiful, right? So you have a lot of earthy energy showing up here. Overall energy, though, is the Seven of Cups, okay? So the Seven of Cups means you have a lot of choices to make. And these cards are saying you got to stay grounded. And so don't get caught up in all the emotional energy. Don't let it, you've got to stay grounded this year. Stay grounded, stay practical, but do it with grace. Do it with gentleness. Do it with knowing who you are and that you are valuable. It's self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, and things of the material world. That is what Venus rules. She also rules relationship balance, right? But what I'm looking at here, this is you knowing your own sovereignty. This is you being sovereign in your power. Well, we have a lot of Taurus energy. Okay, so Venus likes being in Taurus. I mean, she likes being in Cancer. And here we have this Taurus insignia here in this Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups, I'm going to show you something. I love this deck so much. I'm so happy that Spirit picked it for these readings because they're not exactly traditional in their depiction, but they sure are great messages that come through. Of course, it's going to be at the beginning because I started at the back. Here it is. I want to show you this King of Cups. He's very confident. He's got his cup tipped forward. He's open to receiving. He knows that what he wants is coming in, right? This queen is kind of protecting her cup. She is protective of her emotional energy. He's open to receiving emotional energy. She's protecting hers, but she's very serene about it. This Queen of Cups doesn't have a lid. The Rider-Waite one has a lid on it. Like, I'm not letting any more emotions in. That's not what she's saying. She's like, I'm going to hold my emotions close to my chest. I'm going to hold them close to my heart. And I will share them with people and situations that touch my heart, that feel like home to me. But I'm not just going to receive all of the emotional energy that's going on out there in the world. I'm not doing that. I'm going to be selective and protective, not with a lid. I'm not closed down. I'm not shut down. I'm not refusing everything, but I'm aware of what I am going to let into my emotional heart. And so that this year becomes very important because in the heart space, you've got this very discerning Ace of Swords. And there's two little owls sitting there on the hilt. There's wisdom that comes in, and he's sitting there in meditation. Be open to receiving from Spirit. And I got to show you, What is the action to take? We have the High Priestess. So we have this very much this emotional receiving from spirit energy. If you do not have a regular meditation practice, I really encourage you to do that now. You could do it through journaling. You could do it through guided meditation. You could do it through pulling cards for yourself. When I was developing my intuition, everybody has it, right? But to master it, and we are in a year of mastery, you got to practice it. And so I started because I wanted to understand what Spirit was saying. Tarot cards don't do that for me. They do now. They didn't when I started. And so I bought a bunch of oracle decks, and there's so many more oracle decks. When I started buying oracle decks, it was really just Doreen Virtue and a little Denise Lynn out there, and there wasn't much else. Now there's a plethora of stuff. So you can go through and see what kind of speaks to you. But I like there were words that went with the oracle decks that told me specifically what the message was. It made it easier for me to communicate. I started looking up spiritual meaning of if a bird crossed my path, of that particular bird, or I saw something unusual, spiritual meaning of. And there's so much of that on the internet too. And so there's a lot of ways to communicate if you're new to it. And then I would journal on it. When I would read the card, so I could pull a card at night, and I would sit there and I would journal on it and what was coming through, because it is a process of through the journaling. Now you're tapping into your higher self and you start writing, right? And then pretty soon you realize that the words that are coming out are not necessarily your thoughts. They're your higher self thoughts. It is a really great way to get in touch with your higher self. Start out in the morning with good morning, higher self. I actually named my higher self because it felt more personal. So in the morning, I say good morning to my guardian angels. I say good morning to my higher self. I actually named my physical body a name. I say good morning to my body. Ask my body what it wants today. What do you want to eat? What do you want to do for fun? That's my inner child. And I know what it all sounds like, except I think Cancer, you would get it. That it creates a personal connection with, and that what you won't do for yourself, you'll do for others. And so by me naming my inner child, by me naming my physical body, by me naming my higher self, I pay more attention to them, even though it's all me. And I develop a loving, nurturing relationship with them. Because right here, you're having a little trouble with nurturing your resources. And resources are emotional, physical, financial, mental, spiritual. And they're asking you to be open to receiving information and guidance. Look at the sun up here in the area of resources. If you will open yourself up and manage and nurture your resources, all the ones I just mentioned, it's not just money. Money is a outflow of all of your stuff being in balance. When you love yourself, when you respect yourself, when you nurture yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, it results in financially. And it is a year of mastery, mastering the art of doing this. So spend time in the sun, which is so good for Cancer, and spend time in meditation. And so there's a way to do that, right? You can go lay on the beach, you can go for a walk. I know it's the middle of winter here where I am, and so I do it in meditation. It's easier. It's been gray and cloudy and like around 30 degrees. And I'm like, oh, it's too cold to go. It's too damp to go. But we're about to get hit with a cold snap where it's going down to like 8 degrees. And I'm like kind of looking forward to it, because I know that after we are done with that cold snap, and we'll be done with it shortly, because we have an El Nino year, then when that's done and it bounces back up to 34 degrees, I'm going to be like, oh, it's so nice out, I want to go for a walk. So it'll be relative, right? So it is about doing what is good for you and taking care of yourself. You got the Seven of Swords here in what you're focusing on. I don't generally think of the Seven of Swords as a liar cheater, but this one definitely looks like a cheater, right? to me, it's a card of strategy and finding a new way. But this almost looks more like not appreciating what you have and wanting something else. Nothing really wrong with that, if you're willing to do the work to get what you want. So instead of looking at it with envy or desire, instead, put yourself there. I'm not this person looking at what I don't want and wanting it. I'm this person right here who has what I want, and I'm confident in it. She's got that peacock feather there. That is confidence. She is confident in who she is. She draws and attracts to her what she wants. And you can say no, and you should say no to things you don't want to. Be careful. As you become more confident in a very attractive force, which it looks like you are, you will attract, moths also. And so this is a year to be discerning. Seven of Swords reminds us to be discerning in what we choose to allow into our thought process, what we choose to allow into our sphere of our environment, our aura, right? So choose to elevate what you let in. And let those eclipses allow you to do this. What's been draining your emotions? We have this Eight of Cups. Somebody walking away from a situation. You may have been hurt in the past, or you need to walk away from a situation that doesn't serve you anymore. You need to be willing to go out on a new path. So it could be that. It could also be that you're this guy here that's walking away. This doesn't have to be you here crying. Okay? This could be you saying, you know what? I'm choosing a new path, and not everybody's going to like it, and some people may miss me, but I'm going to do what's good for me, because here, how do you transform the situation? We have the Emperor. He's very grounded, and that's what I'm telling you. You've got to be grounded this year. You got to when Venus is involved, Venus says to respect yourself and respect your financial situation. So this means that when the bills come in, you don't look at them and go, God, I can't believe every time I open up the mail, there's more bills, right? My mom used to say that. Every time the mail comes, it just brings bills and junk mail. Well, if that's what you say, then that's what's going to happen, number one. Number two, all those bills are doing are reminding you that that you did an energetic exchange. You get something for something, right? The rent means you have a roof over your head. The food bill means you bought groceries, you have something to eat. The electric bill means you have power in your house. So be happy that you have these things, right? And just know that you will have more than enough to pay for them. I have more than enough, and there's more on the way. This Emperor is very grounded, very safe, very secure in himself. He's got a staff with that Taurus head on it there. But it's got the crescent moon on the top. He's open to receiving downloads and intuition about what to do next. He's very grounded. He's going to manifest it into reality. So, key to the situation here is the Knight of Pentacles. Nothing's going to happen overnight, Cancer. But you're going to have to be focused on what it is you're trying to create. And you have special skills. See all these grapes here? It takes special skills. It takes the right light, the right amount of water, and the right nutrients. It needs the conditions need to be right, and your skills have to be right in order to grow the grapes. And there's an abundance of grapes there. You have to focus on whatever it is you're trying to create and utilize all of your skills. Utilize your skills. He's on a dark horse, which would be using your intuition to guide you. What is the action to take? Use your intuition to guide you. This High Priestess card here. You have a lot of divine feminine energy here, but it's very balanced because you also have as much masculine energy going on. The Sun, the Emperor, this Knight of Pentacles, and then you've got the Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Cups. The action to take is nurturing and receptive. In the heart space, there's this clarity of knowing what you want and what you don't want, and connecting in with spirit. And recognizing in your heart what your value is, what you are worth, and what your skills are. And if you don't know what they are, I'm offering a course right now where we're going to pull apart. There's only 10 people. I'm only going to allow 10 people into this class. So it's going to get very intimate. We're going to look at your chart and we're going to say, what are your skills? Where are your talents? What are the gifts that you're bringing in? What are the obstacles that you need to navigate around or things that you need to master? The best way I think to learn astrology is to start with your own chart. You can learn about all the different angles and all that stuff, yes. But honestly, if you dive into your chart and then you go, well, this thing's in this house, and what does that angle mean? It's a lot easier to put it into your brain if it's not so abstract, but you can see concretely in your own life how it plays. If you want more information on that, it's in the description box below, but it starts January 30th. It runs for 10 weeks. And I'm only doing one session this year. So it's a little intensive, but it's amazing when you know who you are and you see the value of who you are, how you can capitalize on that. And this is what this Knight of Pentacles is saying. You need to capitalize on this. This Emperor says you need to see yourself as the master of your universe. You need to be open to receiving news and information. Be protective of your energy. Who do you share it with? And manage your resources with confidence. Really beautiful energy. So that security that you seek, you can create this for yourself this year. This year is about mastering what it really means to feel secure and being aware of the skills that you have gained along the way, right? What you did in the past and how you can utilize them moving forward. And Jupiter is in Gemini. And Jupiter will be coming home to your sign next year. Not home, but he's an honored guest there. And so you're going to have this great opportunity to expand even more on this next year. So lay the foundation. Do the stuff now. Yeah. All right, I'm going to hold this up here. Take a screenshot. Okay? This card right here. It's so funny because all my Cancer placements, to see this one show up makes me laugh. This is the card I also got for this year. It's number 22. It's the grid. When you go to spend time in meditation, if you look in here, you will be surprised what you see and what gets downloaded. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, so much information comes through this card. You are the only sign. You're the last sign I did. You're the only sign that got this. This is the Cancer year. This is the card for Cancer this year. There's so much being downloaded. There's all these grid lines, these ley lines. There's this information that the earth is trying to bring to you, right? Connecting to the earth. And then we have the spirally card here too. So let's go ahead and read on these. Number 16 is on target. Oh my God. Right? Keep yourself focused on the outcome or the goal. Keep yourself focused on the outcome or the goal. Or the result that you're aiming for right now. This card has come to you because you may be faltering or questioning yourself. Just let go of your doubts and fears, and your life and your goals are right on target. Keep your intentions clear. Stay grounded in your heart and follow whatever intuitive nudging you may feel. Spirit is working with you on an energetic level to bring your dreams to fruition. This is what this whole thing says here. Everything here says what that card said. I could have just pulled that card and skipped the rest of it. All right, number 22. The grid. This is living in the energy matrix of Mother Earth. I am telling you, get outside this year. Literally sit outside, ground yourself. I like to actually get outside, and I sit in meditation for the new moons and the full moons whenever possible. So just getting really connected and feeling the energy of the earth. Wow. I was burning incense. That's not my throat chakra. That's the incense. Okay. The power of the sacred geometry within holds many keys that your subconscious is unlocking. This card shows your ability to explore and maneuver through other worlds and to bring information back from them. You may do this in dream time, during meditation, or even unknowingly when completely conscious and alert. Hidden within this card are messages that only you can retrieve. Sit with this one for a while. I'm telling you, I hope you took a screenshot. If not, back up, go back to that. Take a screenshot. Pay attention. There are some powerful messages coming through with that. What are you seeing? There's so much in it. And you know, look at it upside down and sideways too. Because I see stuff, like right now, I have it facing upright for you, and I'm seeing it in the reverse, and I'm seeing stuff in it that I hadn't noticed before. There are so many messages in it. All right. So, you have, we have, the Lunar New Year is the Metal Dragon. Metal is about manifesting things into reality. And the dragon is here to clear the lower energies, to clear the ley lines, to allow the grid of Mother Gaia to regenerate. And so it is a great year really to be working with stuff like this. You have the magenta dragon and the golden Atlantean dragon. The golden Atlantean dragon says, helps you to remember the wisdom of golden Atlantis. Awaken, bring back your knowledge, gifts, and talents, reclaim your mastery. It is the year of mastery. So I've been reading the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. And I have Durrell's, and I have the compendium of the Emerald Tablets. I'll put the link for it on Amazon in the description box below. I cannot, for some reason, think of the dude's name, but it's Forbidden Knowledge. And one of the things that he says is, Thoth says, this was written by an Atlantean, and he created these emerald tablets. They're not made out of emerald, but they're green like emerald. And to withstand all of these many thousands of years, and they've been recently discovered, and now they've been interpreted so that we can understand what they say. And one of the things it says is this. Thoth says to balance your energies, to lay with your head facing to the north for an hour a day, and then your feet to the north for an hour a day. And I could tell you, I've been working this for a couple of weeks now, and I cannot believe how much things have changed for me. I'm having some physical healing things happening, but also just my overall calm and peace. And just the realignment that I'm feeling. I'm noticing it. Is everybody going to? I don't know. I tend to think so. You know, they show they're like a half moon on a stand, and they say they were the pillows for the Egyptians. I actually think that it was the headrest that was probably placed so that they would know where to put their head to face north and where to put their feet to face north, right? I think it was so that they would hold their body in alignment. That's what I think. Because I know that when I check to see where I have to like situate my pillow on my bed, I can fit kitty corner and I'm facing in the right direction. But I always think, gosh, it'd be nice if I had something to hold me in place. So then you have the magenta dragon. This looks like Venus energy. Enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom. Awaken your soul memories, a higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. Get in touch with spirit this year. Get really connected. But ground yourself also in the energy of Mother Gaia. As above, so below. As within, so without. And we're going to need that core. Look at this. Develop your spiritual core. Look at those muscles, that six-pack. We're going to need that calm core to stay on track and to stay focused. And believe me, with that Gemini energy out there of all this information, stay focused and on target, right? Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted by all of the negative flow of energy that's going on out there. And Mars going through your sign is going to be testing you. It's going to be testing you. Can you stay focused? Can you stay centered? Can you do your own work and not worry about what's going on out there? Not pay attention to that, but do what makes you feel safe and secure, and to create your own heaven here on earth. Create your heaven here on earth right now. It's time. We all got to be doing this. Cancer, you are in a really good position this year. Mars is going to be challenging, but don't let that stop you. You have the Merchant, which is Mercury and Venus energy. It's the Merchant. It's about mercantile. Opportunities to prosper are everywhere. Opportunities to prosper are everywhere. You notice as a tree how grounded it is. But its limbs reach up to receive. As above, so below. Get grounded and get connected. Connect to your higher self. Connect to spirit. Connect to Mother Earth. Stay balanced and centered. Manifest and create. I'm on Facebook every day. I do, of course you got this. I'm on Facebook every day, and I do the astrology of the day, and do it with cards. Intuitive astrology is what I do over there. But also I'm going to be offering like meditations and intuitive development, and those classes are a lot of that stuff's going to be free or by donation. So pay if you can't afford or you don't think you can. That's okay. Come anyway. So join me over on Facebook. But look, you got celestolite. This is a stone that I use for meditation, and it connects in. Like it is so powerful, and it's also about your higher self and your higher truth. It's really connecting to your higher self. We're really opening and working with your throat chakra. I see, hear, notice, and understand the messages of the divine. If you are struggling to connect in with spirit and really get yourself an oracle deck, you just need one. Start with an Atlanta Fairchild one. Sometimes the messages seem a little deep. If you're concerned that they're too deep, she's got this Wings of Wisdom one it's a little bit easier, lighter. But all of the Atlanta Fairchild ones, they're so powerful, and they have so much information, and they give you a lot to think about, to journal on, to get more and more in connection. Denise Lynn is another good starting place. They're just one-word sentences and stuff. And Colette Baron Reed. Start with those three. Find one of those. Pick one deck from all of them. You won't be disappointed. I've never been disappointed by any of their decks. So, improve spiritual communication skills, interpret signs and symbols, experience connection with angels and spirit guides, feel serenity and calmness. It's called celestolite. It's a beautiful stone. It's like one of those. They're like almost like an egg-shaped thing, and they crack them open. I forget what they call them, but they're just gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. Get yourself a good piece. You can find it online. All right, I think that's everything. Yeah. All right. I'm going to end this video now because I could go on all day. I just know me. You guys take really good care of yourself. I look forward to this journey this year with you. And check out what's going on Facebook. Consider taking this course with me. I think you will get a lot out of it. And hey, let's win this year. Let's really master this year. All right. I will see you guys soon. Take really good care.